Hi there YouTube, I'm back again with a video, and I was kind of considering what I was going to post today. Today is currently November 27th, this will be posted on November 28th, and I realized that there is something very big coming up soon, and that is scholarship deadlines. Additionally, there's also like UC application deadlines, USC, scholarship deadlines for places like Wake Forest, and whatever it may be. So I realized that there are probably going to be a lot of people writing their essays right now that are struggling to write their essays and encountering this one wonderful thing called writer's block. So in the spirit of the college application season, I decided to make a video that I plan to release this eventually, but I thought this would be a better time for it considering that there are probably people that are pretty pressed right now. So here is my video on how to combat writer's block and get over it, especially when you have a deadline for college applications coming soon. But before we get into the rest of the video, I did want to say that I do read essays. I have read quite a few essays already, people are sending them to me and it's been great. My essay review rates are varying, and I also have my friends working with me to read as many of your essays as we can. So the turnaround is really fast, within 2 days, 1 or 2 days, depending on if you rush or not. So please click the link in my description box below for more information. And yeah, I hope to read some of yours because I know this is a time where you really may need it. So back to the topic of writer's block. Writer's block can hit you on different levels, so I'm going to talk about that. And the first level I'm going to talk about is when you don't know what to write about. And I think I struggled a little bit with that too in my college application process. I was like, I'm boring, I don't know what to talk about. What do I even mention even in this process? What is relevant? So I thought some questions to get the ball rolling and maybe help you come up with a topic is gonna be as follows. So what do I write about? Questions to ask myself during brainstorming for college applications. So you can start small, like saying, what does my house look like? What does my neighborhood look like? What do I look like? And that goes into environment and identity, so that may be something that you can write about with your college application essays. Then moving on, what do I like to do? How do I feel when I do those things? Are there any memories I have when I do those things? Sometimes the best essay topics might not be super grandiose. They don't have to be super complicated, and I don't have to look at you in awe about it. What makes a college application essay seem more you is basically the thoughts and the reflections and the memories that you have, and those only happen to you, and that's what makes you unique. So moving on, describe the world around you. Literally just look around and tell me, what do you notice about the world around you that may be atypical? Is that a topic that you can write about? How does your environment affect not only yourself and how you function, but also other people? How do you feel about all these things? How has it changed you? Not everyone comes from the same background, so it's important to take these things into account. So yeah, again, like I mentioned before, I don't believe a topic has to be super amazing to be a great essay. I will tell this to anyone that's going through the college application process, that it's not the topic that makes an essay good, but the writer and how they execute it. Personally, I can speak from experience that some of my essays were just super basic topics on a surface level. For example, I talked about the place I went to school and how did that affect me. In another essay, I talked about a conversation in a coffee shop. Sometimes when it comes to college essays, don't shoot yourself down at the topic. Honestly, write it out a little bit, because then you might end up liking the essay and feel more passionate about it as it goes on, because that definitely did happen to me. I think the biggest problem with the college application process is that you can be very self-defeating when it comes to writing, so don't do that. But you may be asking, but Josh, what if I'm already writing, but I can't force myself to keep going? Like, I have an essay that's halfway done, but I don't know what else to write. And one tip that someone recommended to me that is actually really, really clever is to write the last sentence that you wrote over and over, or like the last few words that you wrote, until another thought pops into your head. But basically, like, just keep yourself in the mode of writing. One other thing that personally did help me a lot in the college process, and with getting these essays like banged out as fast as I could, well, not as fast as I could, but like just forcing me to work, is this website called themostdangerouswritingapp.com. I'll link it in the description box below. This is not a sponsored video by them at all, but I cannot owe this website enough. Basically what it does is you can set time limits or word limits that you want to keep writing for, and basically you keep writing until like your time limit is up or you reach the word limit. And the benefit of it is, like, if you stop writing at any time, you have to keep writing continuously. If you stop writing, then the website deletes everything that you wrote. And it, like, the stakes really just force me to write a lot more. And the benefit of it is it keeps you actively engaged for a straight period of time in writing your essay. Of course, that won't like get you a good essay the first time around, but it definitely gets your thoughts on paper, and then you can edit them later. A personal strategy that I use when I have writer's block is I read my essay out loud. Like, I will just talk it out and talk to myself sometimes. Like, I'll be reading like, oh, this is what I'm talking about, but what am I trying to achieve with this? What do I want to talk about next? And like, I just keep talking about random thoughts in my mind, and just hearing them out loud for some reason just incites more thinking. So that's really helpful for me. If you really are just still stuck after all of this, another thing that works for me is to go on a news website or on YouTube, or to like read an article or read a book of some sort. And I would set a time limit for myself for like 15 minutes. It'll be a 15-minute break. I can just do whatever I want on the internet or read a book or whatever, but I'm just thinking of other things. And like, once you read something else that's so unrelated from a personal essay, like sometimes it might spark an idea in your head. Maybe something will trigger you to think of what else to say. I don't know. It's basically like taking the rabbit hole of the internet and using that to draw inspiration from. So yeah, basically that's my time. Thank you for watching this video. Again, if you want your essays read, look in the description box below. I charge not much at all, but basically look on the website and check my rates. I have friends helping me too, so turnover will be fast. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Peace.